Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gabriel. In this video, I'll be looking at the databases part of this question. This is paper 2 and then the code is 0417/22 paper 22 of May June 2024. Like I told you earlier, this is a 2 hours 15 minutes paper, but I had already done the document production of it, which took about 20 minutes. Now in the database, let's see how long we can finish it and do it correctly. Now to the question. Databases. Now tax 3 database. You are now going to prepare some reports. Dates must be imported in the format of day, month, year, that is DMY, and all currency values must display the same currency symbol and be set to 2 decimal places. So take note of that. Use database software to import the file j2422students.csv as a new table. So the first thing we need to do is to launch your database package on your computer. In my case, I'm making use of Microsoft Access and I'm launching it. Click on blank document or blank database and call this tax 3, and you save it in the folder in your work area. So my work area is this, so I'm calling it tax 3 and I click on create. Here is the file. So the first thing to do is use database software to import the file, students. Okay, to do that, I go to external data, then I'll be on text file because it's a CSV file, which is a text file. Then browse, and then I go to my source file folder. That is my source file folder is here. Okay, sorry, and that is my source file. So the file is students, open. Then I have it this way. Next, first row contain field names. Then I go to advanced. In the advanced, I have to set it to DMY. You see that, DMY, and then I begin to check the data types. Course code to row number are text. Course code to row number are text, correct. Then the next one is date of birth, DOB, which is date and time. Then street address to postcode text. Street address to postcode text. Then fees paid, logical and payment type text. Now fees paid, you change it to logical. Microsoft Access called logical yes or no, so you pick yes or no in this case. Then you say okay. Then the next thing to do next is to pick the primary key field. Set roll number as the primary key. Roll number, so I click on this and roll number will be set as my primary key. Next, then the next thing to do is to save the data. So click on finish. You have the file imported as a table. Right click on it to go to design view. Here you have it. You can right click and save. So you can close this. Okay, then the next thing is place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types and primary key. So to do that is easy. Just come here to the design view of the table, then take the screenshots and you copy. Okay, all right, then you paste in your evidence document. One more thing you realize, so I'll paste the evidence taken in my evidence document. Place your cursor here and then go to home, paste, so you have it. You realize that the primary key symbol is not cropped away, very important. Then you can now format this display. For DOB it should display DD, MMM, YY. So let me quickly do that. So you come here, then format DD, MMM, check how many M there, that's 3. Okay, hyphen YY. which one again needs to be formatted? Then fees paid should display yes or no. Then I go to fees paid, and it should display yes or no. Good, yes or no. Then I can save and go to normal view to check that those things, fees paid, you can see DOB, and you can see fees paid yes or no. Everything is perfectly done. Then the next thing to do is simple. Import the file J2422 courses as a new table in your database. So I will need to import the second file, external data, text file, courses, open. Okay, next, first row contain field names, then advanced, DMY, then it should be number, integer, the first one. The next one, that is till duration text. You can see text till duration text. Then the next one is number or currency to 2 decimal places, that is cost. Okay, I can, instead of double, I can just be currency. Okay, or you remember, then to 2 decimal places, currency symbol with 2 decimal places. Then start date will be day, month, year, DMY for date and time, DMY for date and time. You can see that. So now another thing I can confirm here is, what did the opening instruction say? The opening instruction says that currency symbol must display the same currency symbol and be set to 2 decimal places. So it means that any currency symbol, but it has to be consistent. So instead of having double here, I may later format it to currency. Okay, if I so want. So now say okay. Next, what's the primary key field according to the instruction? Let's see. Set course ID as the primary key, course ID. Then I come here, course ID as the primary key, course ID. Next, finish. Then we have this close. Now that is done, courses. Okay, then we right click and go to design view. Now to do that, make sure that this is displaying as integer, that is level, integer. Okay, it's integer. Then date and time should display as DMY, and then currencies 2 decimal places. Okay, 2 decimal places, format decimal places, 2 decimal places, and then I come to format fixed to 2 decimal places. So if you go to normal view, you should see it that way. Cost, then DMY for date. Let me check the date. Okay, DMY, you can see it, DMY. So the next thing I can do is let me format it to the same type of DMY so that there will be uniformity. DMY, format it to DD MMM YY, then currency, this one to be currency. Let me use currency. Okay, the 2 decimal places, save, and then it is done. You can see that. So the next thing to do is simple. Place in your evidence document a screenshot. To do that, the question also says that place in your evidence document a screenshot showing what you've just done. So what you do is right click and go to design view and take the screenshots. Okay, good. So take the screenshots again. Okay, in taking this screenshot, I like, you can close this for now so that the name of the table can show. I like that when I take the screenshots. Okay, good. All right, then you paste that in your evidence document. Okay, that's step 14. Paste it in your evidence document. then you continue with the question. Now the next thing is create a one-to-many relationship between course ID in the courses table and course code in the students table. So a one-to-many relationship is easy. To do that, just come to database tools, relationships, pick the first table, click add, the second table, click add, close, open it up so that nothing will be hidden, so that you can see clearly what you are connecting together. So the first thing you are doing is course ID and course ID here to course code. Okay, now how do you have a one-to-many relationship? When a primary key field in one table is connected to another field that is not a primary key in the second table, so you have a one-to-many relationship. Then click on create, so you see it as a one-to-many relationship. Then take screenshot evidence showing the fields and type of relationship. Please place this in your evidence document. To show it, there are two ways you can do it. You can double tap this so that you have this done, edit relationship, and you have it. So you can bring it close and you have it. Sometimes you click on enforce referential integrity. Okay, then you take the screenshot. Okay, so showing one-to-many, that's the screenshot, and say okay. Okay, so then you take and paste the evidence document. Okay, so you can take it evidence, that's another evidence, one-to-many. Now after that, the next one is enter the following details as a new record in the students table. To do so, enter the following details like I said. So course code will be tag L204. So let me copy this and quickly do that, and you put it. So close this, save this, and the question says in the student table. So you open the student table, go to new records, you can add new record, you can see it here, or come here, add new record. Okay, then the first is this course code. Then the next one, peacock looker, peacock, the next one looker. Then the next one is mail, and the next one is R0561 as a row number. So I'll put that. Then date is I'm going to copy this so that it will be faster. That will be 9/06/1988. Okay, then the next one is street address 54 Pasture Learn. Okay, I'll paste that too. Then the next one is free marsh, that's area. Let me copy that too, and you do this again and again until you are done with the data. So very quickly, let me just fast forward this and show that this has been done. Then no, then check. So all right, that's so simple. Good. Then the next one is that's for 2 marks. The next one is using field from both tables, produce a tabular report. Using field from both tables. Anytime you see produce a tabular report, before a report can be produced, you need to create a query first. So you go to create, go to query wizard, simple query wizard, and from the 2 tables, the first table which is students and the second table which is courses, next, next. You can call it, I like to name my query according to the number of instructions. This is 16, so I can say step 16, so that it will be easier for me if I need to debug, or question 60 if I need to change anything or modify. Okay, good. So let me close all other things and open it again. So this is the query. Now I go to the design view. Okay, design view of the query. So what's the first thing we have to do? Select the records where fees paid is no, payment type is check or credit card. So fees paid is no. All right, so you locate fees paid in the criteria row of fees paid. Look at the criteria row and you put fees paid is no. That's the first thing you do. You can run it each time you have done that. You can see now we now have a very small number of records, 89 out of several hundreds of records that we had initially. And you see that under fees paid we have no, because we have only filtered it out. Then the next one is when it is when payment type is check or credit card. So you need to do this check or credit card carefully. So you go to payment type, check or credit card, Now you realize that the credit card is put within speech marks. Why? Because it is a this credit card is an option with two words with no hyphen in between. So to see it as a single word, you put it within speech marks. It is very important. Please take note of that. You have to put it within speech marks, so to have that, and that is what I have done here. Okay, please take note. Let me show it to you very well so that you can see check or credit card. And to be sure, run it first before you conclude that it has worked. You can see we now have credit card or check. So that's when you know that, oh, what you've done is correct. Then you have 46 records. Then the next thing is it contains a new field called late payment. So you select late payment, and then which is calculated at runtime. Now this is what we call calculated field. It is a situation by a new field is created based on existing fields, okay, at runtime. So you type it late payment colon. So what is the formula for getting it according to the instruction? The instruction says that this field must display the new cost after a 2% increase has been applied. And to put a 2% increase, that means normal percentage is 100 and plus 2%. 2% is 0.02. So that is going to be 1.02 multiplied by the current currency or cost. So use cost multiplied by 1.02. So that is the 2% increase. So cost that will be equals cost underscore cost. You have to type it because there is a field called cost underscore cost. Okay, multiply by 1.02. okay, that is the increment. Then you run it and see if a new field has been created. Can you see called late payment? And that is correct. Then the next thing is that format this field to display currency. So to make it display currency, go to design view, click inside this field, open it up so that you can see clearly. All right, click inside this field, open up the property sheet, and then you format this new field. So go to format and pick currency. All right, decimal places 2, because that was part of the opening instruction that currency should display to 2 decimal places. So and that is what I have here. late payments. You can see that means it is very correct. So the next thing is shows only the field roll number, first name, last name, DOB, and everything like that in this order. So there are several ways by which you can do it. One of the ways is just save this and you go to create, go to report wizard and pick it in the order you have been given. So it could be roll number, first name, last name, roll number, first name, last name, then what else? DOB, course name, DOB, then course name, then level fees paid, level fees paid, then payment type, cost, payment type, cost, okay, then what else? And late payments in this order, late payment in this order. So next, so now if your cursor was on this, you will see that this is a multi-level arrangement, but the question says do not group the data, do not group the data because of not. So if you leave it on multi-level, that means you are grouping it. So but the question says we should not group, so you make sure it's on this one, everything is on the same level. Then next. Now the question asks you to sort, but for one reason or the other, especially the reason is simple. Let me just tell you straight away. Now the reason why I normally sort in the report is that so that I can preserve this order of arrangement, so I don't need to rearrange it in the report. So that's why I normally leave it and sort it in the report. So what I'm going to do now will be I'll skip this sorting here. The question says tabular report, and then the question also says it should be in page orientation of landscape. So I'm going to pick landscape next, and I'll call it the name of the report. You'll see the name of the report somewhere here, so I can copy this and call it the name of the report. Actually you can change this one in the report design too, but let's just try and do it here and see the difference. So charges for outstanding fees next, and I have it this way. So here is the report. First thing first, let me change the paper size to A4 so that I don't forget that later. Then the next thing that we did not do that we could have done was to sort into ascending order of level and descending order of course name. So let me quickly do that. Ascending order of level, so come to layout view and then go to group and sort, add a sort, ascending order of level. So that means the first thing is level. Ascending order means from smallest to largest, so that is correct. Then the next one says descending order of course name, so I'll go to add the sort, course name, descending order, and descending order will mean that Z on top. So you realize that has been done, so I can just close this dialog box for now. Then I can remove this property sheet so that you see clearly. Then the next thing to do is includes only the titles or charges, which you have done. Display in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. So I could just go to layout view and see it. You can see that it's larger than other things. If I want, I may put it at the center, you know, center, make it bold, change this to automatic black. Another thing I can do is the heading of each of these field. I can select it and format it just for my work to stand out. You know, I like that very well. So bold, change it to automatic black, and then you arrange the stuff. Now to arrange your data, anytime you see this hashtag, it means that the space is not enough for the content. So you can just click on the first one, click on this, then you open it up, okay, so that you can have some space. Okay, good, late payment. Do for the next one too. That one is done. Then you can do for this, you can move it to this side, okay, sorry, so that it can be properly done. All right, this is very easy. Okay, you adjust this one too. I think this is the part that many candidates don't like to do. They don't want to take responsibility arranging the data. One thing is, even if you have 1 million pages of report, if you have done it once here, you have done it across the 11 pages of report. So don't get tired of having to arrange your data properly on paper. Okay, good. Then the next one is I will do for last name. I'll do for date of birth. Okay, this is fine. Then course name, let me open it up and be sure nothing overlap, nothing is hidden for you to earn the full mark. Nothing is hidden, nothing overlaps. Okay, so I think we are almost done. Okay, all right, so I think this is fine now. Okay, good. Having done this, what's the next thing to do? I may like to put this at the center. That is if I so wish. Okay, then what else? Includes only the title which you have done fully visible at the top. As your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So anytime they say you should put a text in the footer of the report on every page, so the best thing you can do is go do that in the design view, and then go to design tab and use label tool or label control to type your name in the page footer. So in the page footer, you can put your name, your center number, and candidate number, and then okay, you put it I like to arrange it properly, bold this, and then probably 14 or so that the name can appear on every page. Then having done that, go to print preview and check if everything is intact. Everything is intact: the title, the field names, the arrangement, the sorting, and be sure that okay, good. All right, this is neat and this is correct. Fees page level, so let me see, I adjust this. It's like they are too close to each other. Okay, good. Think I'm fine now with everything. So thereafter, save and print your report, and what you have done is for 11 marks. Save and print your report. Save and print your report. Okay, good. And that is to save it, right click, and to print, go to page setup and go to print. You can set it and then you print your work page setup and be sure everything is intact. Then go to print preview and then you click the print button. It's the print button and you have this done. So having done this, we have come to the end of this particular number. So to continue to other parts, you go to question 17. The question says, using field from both tables, produce labels. Now, what are labels? Labels are types of reports. They are usually smaller compared to A4 sized reports. So most cartons of items you buy, you see a description of that item on the carton, usually on a very small paper, pasted or stuck to the carton. That's an example of label. So we are looking at labels now. That is question 17 very quickly. So now to do labels, see, so I'm done with this particular report. I can save and close this report. Okay, save this query too. Then go to create. The question says that using field from both tables, produce labels. So you come to create and you come to query wizard, because each time you want to create a new report or a new label, you need to do that based on a query. So to do that, from both tables, go to query wizard, simple query wizard. Okay, then make sure that you select the right table here. So from students, pick all. From our courses, pick all. Next, and call this step 17 like I normally say. So in case anything is wrong in the report or label, you can go and correct it, step 17, and say okay. So this is the query for step 17. Then the question says select the records where course name includes the text crop. Select the record, so includes where course name includes course name. Let's see course name from here. Course name. Okay, yes, course name. So the question says where it contains or includes the text crop. So anyone that has the word crop in it, you want to pick. So that means something could have started the text, something could have come after the text, but as long as the text or the word crop is in between, that's the meaning of includes or contains. So how do we do that? You go to the design view, locate course name field, course name field. Let's go there. Course name field. That is course name field. In the criteria row, you now put include. Include means you put star crop star, meaning that something could have started the word. That's the meaning of the star at the beginning, and the star at the end means something could come after this text crop. So then run and see. Okay, let's go and look at it manually. That is course name. You see, open, you see the results we got. We have crop somewhere there, so that means it's correct. Then the next thing is course type is university. So let's go to course type, university, post-16, apprenticeship. So we go to design view, course type is university. So here we are typing university. Okay, then you run. When you run, okay, now we have just 14 reports or records, so to say. Then having done that, they said they are sorted in ascending order of last name. So here we are going to sort in the design view ascending order of last name. So what do we do? Let me go also to design view ascending order of last name. So I'm going to look for last name field, and sort in ascending order. Sort, open up this and pick ascending order of last name. All right, then use this selection to produce labels. So you save. Having saved, use this selection to produce labels which are arranged in 2 columns and 5 rows with 10 labels to the page. So to do this, save the query, then go back to create and create under report. Look at labels. So you're clicking on labels. Okay, and the specification was given that you can use 99mm by 57mm, 99mm. So let's see whether we have that 99mm. Okay, 99mm by what? And they said the number across will be 2 columns, so that's our number across 2. 99 by 57i. Okay, 99 by 57i, and it's 2. That is 99. So number across is 2, And if you cannot see that preset value, you can just customize. So you can customize, and that is easy. Let's do that. Yeah, after you have checked for different types according to the specification given to you, and you can't find, you can use customize. So for example, if you go to customize and go to maybe edit this, or if you find new, let me delete this and find new, then you can call it let me call it tax. I think this is tax 3 label. Then for the dimension, you see the sample here. This is the width and this is the height, so that means the height comes before the width. But the question says you should use the width of 99.0 millimeter, but then this is the centimeter equivalent of it, 9.90 centimeter for the width, 9.90 for the width. So this is the width, so I can come here and put 9.90 for the width. Then for the height, according for the label, 5.7, this is the height of the label, so I put 5.7 for the height of the label, width of the label. No, you don't need to bother yourself with the margin settings, it will automatically adjust, right? So after you are done, if you click out, you realize that the dimension has taken place here, 5.7 by 9.90. for this is the, like we said, this is the height, this is the width, but in the question paper they give us the width before the height. So the width is 9.90 and the height is 5.70. So this is simple. So then I've clicked this as tax 3, and again the question says it should be of 2 columns. Here is it, 2 columns and 5 rows. So you don't need to bother yourself with the row number, just set the 2 columns first. So then set it to number across 2. Here is it, number across 2. Then click OK. All right, then say yes, so that it will adjust automatically. Say OK. So here is the label you are using. Then after doing this, you can close and pick this label and go to next. Then if you want to change the appearance, whether the font size, the font type, or what have you, you can do that. You want to make it italic, underline, you know, you can do that. But I'm not sure the question asks us to do something like that, so we may just skip that. Then it should be in portrait orientation. Let me go back and pick that again. Let's go to this and edit or customize. We'll see portrait, edit, and yeah, portrait. So it's on portrait. If the question says landscape, you can pick it. You can change this from centimeter maybe to inches. That is English, you know, all those things you can do here. Then say OK. That means you are good to go. Yeah, next. Then you begin to pick according to the instruction. Now the question says display the data for each field as shown in the following sample label. Now look at the sample label. Now before I do this, there are 2 ways to do it. Have your name, certain number, candidate number on the left at the bottom of each label. Okay, so let me pick it. Course name, the first one. I pick course name. That's the first one, course name. Go to the next line by pressing the return key, that's enter. Course name was the first one because they ask us it should look like this. The next one is course type, then start date. Course type, then start date. Course type. So I pick course type, then space, I saw hyphen, then start date. Okay, that's according to how we're given in the question paper. The next one is first name, last name. First name, so you press enter. First name, space, last name. All right, we have that. Then what else? Street address on different lines, street address. So you press enter. street address, okay. Then another one is area. On another line, press enter. Area. On another line, press enter. And the next one is postcode. All right, postcode. So having done this, the next thing is just go to next. But the question also says that have your name, center number, and county number on the left at the bottom of each label. So if you want it to be at the bottom of each label, just press enter and type your name, center number, and county number. So type your name, center number, that is CN, and candidate number. In my case 001 is my candidate number. Then after that, next. So now we were not asked to sort by anything here because we had already sorted in the query. So say next. So what name will you call this? I would like to call it it's part of 17, so let me call it label. Just call it label. Step 17 label. Okay, that's fine. Let me say next. Say okay. Now you can see the sample of the way it will look. This is the sample from what they gave us. But remember, the question says that make sure that data on every label is fully visible with no overlap of any field. Then modify the format of the label so that only the first two lines are displayed in a larger font size, center aligned and bold. Only the first two lines. Okay, so if you want to do that, just go to design view, pick the first two lines, and the first two lines are course name, then this, and the question says only the first two lines are displayed in a larger font size. So I've selected it, then I go to format, automatic, bold, larger font size. I'll make it maybe 12 or 14, or 14 is too much. Let me make it like 12. Then let me center align it. Okay, I display in larger font size, center aligned and bold. I have done that. Then let me, if you, and normally when you're doing labels, you will not see all the labels that you have on a page until you go to print preview. So let me go to print preview and see, say okay, and you see the way it looks. Wow, this is correct. Now they told us that we are going to have 5 rows. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Okay, I think that's 5 rows, and this space is for the 5th row. So I think this is fine. Then another thing you can do is you can change the paper size. Okay, it's already on A4, so that's correct. Then that is fine. What else? Let me also go to design view and bolding the name and center number. Okay, so that it can be visible enough, and make it yes, can be, I say left, so this is left alignment already. So let me go to print preview and see the way it displays. Okay, good. And lastly, before I close on this, let me save. Let me go back to the okay. Now if you do this 2 2 and you have 14, that means you should have about 7. So let me go back, let me save this, go to the label again and go to the next page. Wow, you can see the second page for the 14. So I'm going to make it 5 because it was 4 4. So to make it 5, come back to design view and open up this a bit. Okay, before I do that, let me preview again so that you understand what I'm saying. Now if you count the number of rows we have here, let me reduce this so that I can see we have row 1, 2, 3 and 4, but the question says 5 rows. You see that in the question, 5 rows. It says 2 columns, 5 rows with 10 labels to the page. So we have 8. So to make it 10 labels, just come here, then go to the design view and just adjust this a bit. Just drag it down a bit until it occupies the fifth one occupies the okay. Say okay. Count how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's still 4. Let me close it up a bit. Let me close it up a bit and see. Okay, now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct. So we now have 5 rows to a page. So then the second page will now contain just only 4, making 14 labels, different labels in general. So that is how we have come to the end of this. So the question says save and print your labels. Save and print your labels. So right click, save, and to print the labels you just come on print preview here and click on print. Then it comes out on printer, and then that is the end of the paper. So you can see that even whether you are given normal reports to make or labels to make, you still get the same thing if you just follow the instruction. It's very simple. The moment you follow the instruction, it becomes so easy and then so fun to do. So we have come to the end of this paper. That is May-June 2024 paper 2-2. So, and the reports and labels will give you 30 marks. Like I normally say, in the practical papers you can score 100%. It is guaranteed as long as you can follow through the instructions given. So now the next thing is just to print the evidence document. So all the evidences you have taken so far, you are going to print it just the same way we normally print. Go to file, go to print, and you print your evidence document. Don't forget to put your name in the header position of the evidence document, and you have your 100% guaranteed. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for checking out these videos and following all the instructions. I would like you to click the like button, share this video with others. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to bring you the best solution in practical papers. So see you next in my next video. Bye for now.